Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As always, I am truly, truly grateful. As I sit here in this truck on this rainy Monday, I was trying to decide where I want to go with this topic. And voila, something came across my screen. It works like that sometimes. I don't force it, I just let the topic come to me, right? And it was talking about the year 2030. A guy by the name of Thomas Sowell, I think that's his name. Y'all probably heard of him. Among some other people, I started researching and looking into this topic. There are people that, if you haven't heard, some of y'all, a lot of y'all have heard it because I heard some of y'all come to me talking about 2030. I didn't look too much into it until I started hearing it over and over again about 2030. The year 2030. So as I've continued to hear more about that year, I decided to look into it myself. What are they talking about? And these are just predictions. There's no way to know exactly for sure whether it will be 2030 when this would happen. We can't say for sure that it's going to be 2030. People are predicting that it will be 2030. But what we can pretty much guarantee is that these things are going to happen, which will be, they're predicting the downfall and the end of America as we know it. The downfall and the end of America. A lot of experts and people in the know that have researched other empires throughout history. America is not the first empire on the planet. I'm quite sure a lot of y'all know that. You had the Roman Empire. You had Genghis Khan and those guys. The British Empire. You had all kinds of world powers throughout history. Egypt was a world power at one time. So forth and so on. Or an empire, put it that much. The Mayans, which we don't even know, do they still exist? The Mayan Empire. Throughout history, we've had empires either greater or as great as America has been. America has been our most recent empire on the planet Earth. And as all former empires have fallen, it appears America is headed for the same outcome. There's a saying that you either remember your history or you're doomed to repeat it. You're supposed to learn from history, not ignore it. A lot of people, that's in the past. I don't want to talk about the past. It's good to remember the past so you won't repeat it. You need to learn and remember from mistakes you made. Even though it's the past, you need to learn from it so you cannot forget your past. No matter how bad a lot of y'all want to forget your past, slavery or what have you, let's forget about that. Leave it in the past. You can't do that. Because just as sure if you forget about your past, you will forget the lessons that were meant to be learned from that past. Let me repeat that for those in the back. They always preach, forget the past, put that in the past, it's the past. The past is important for one reason, and one reason only. Not to hold on to, not to dwell on, not to let it scare you, not to live in it. That's not what the past is for. The reason you should never forget the past is because of the lessons that you're supposed to learn from it. Those lessons are not just a one-time lesson. You have to constantly be reminded of those teachings. Therefore, you should never forget the past. Because if you forget the past, you'll forget the lesson. And then you end up repeating the mistake of the past because you forgot the lesson, because you forgot the past. Follow me now. So it looks as though, for whatever reason, America has not remembered the past. Not her past. We remember our past. There's always somebody bringing up slavery. Always somebody bringing up racism, Jim Crow, what have you. So we haven't forgotten America's past. The problem is, we've forgotten historical past. We've forgotten about the past of former empires that fell before us. Because whether you admit it or not, we don't want to fall. As Americans, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, you don't want America to fall. Some of y'all do, but some people are just, There are some people that want their own home to crumble. I don't get them. I don't rock with them. People with common sense, logically thinking people, don't want their team to lose. Get it? I do not want Alabama to ever lose a game. I don't want the New Orleans Saints to ever lose a game. That's how they go. For me to say, man, I want Alabama to lose, and that's my team, would that look kind of cuckoo? So there are some people that do want America to lose that are Americans. Y'all are weird. I don't rock with y'all. Stay over there. Now, to the normal, logical thinking people that don't want America to fall, we are following in the same footsteps of every empire that failed before us, because our leadership plus the citizens have not paid attention, have not studied, or don't want to know, whatever the reason is. America is following in the same footsteps of every empire that failed before her. Let me give y'all some scary statistics. Why 2030 is predicted to be it for us. Because we're heading down real fast. If these things continue, what I'm about to tell y'all, we'll be lucky to make it to 2030. Did y'all know, first of all, to remain a strong empire, first thing first, you must have a strong military. You must have a strong military. Why is that, Big Ward? I'm glad you asked. To the people that are always saying the white man stole America from the Indians. That very same reason. That people love to say the white man stole America from the Indians. Now you got Mexicans saying they stole it from the Mexicans. But anyway, whether the Indians or whether the Mexicans, who did the white man steal America from? But anyway, that's a whole other topic. What really had happened was the white man waged war against the Indians. The way it's been done throughout history before the white man ever existed. Or maybe the white man been here since the beginning, whatever, however long it's been. Since the beginning of time, since mankind have existed, people have waged war against other people for land and resources. Nothing new here. There's nothing here to see. Now, the reason America needs a strong military is the same way the white man, y'all claim, stole the land from the Indians. It was really the fact that the Indians did not have a strong enough military to fight off the white man. If the Indians, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them, if their military was strong enough, this land would still be theirs. And the white man would have been hightailing it back to England or wherever they came from. If the Native American military would have been strong enough to fight off, follow me. So therefore, in order to remain an empire, you have to have a strong military, or you will be invaded and conquered. That's it, that's all. Now, you can sit around and cry about it, talking about they stole it from you all you want to. They whooped your ass and took it because your military sucked. Hold on, y'all. Like old Baptist Mobile, Alabama pastor. Anyway. So now, military number one. We don't have a strong military anymore. And because we haven't had major battles, y'all don't know that yet. But the writing's on the wall. We spent decades, at least 2 decades, in the Iraq-Afghanistan debacle, thanks to George Bush. And a lot of y'all might say, well, big war, we could have won that, but the politicians held us back. That's still our military, So that should show you right there. We spent all those years in Afghanistan and left with nothing. Our military has been crippled by different reasons. The politicians, cronies, and just what I'm going to tell you right here. 77% of the eligible let me take that back. 77% of Americans between the age of 17 and 24 are ineligible to go in the military. That's the right prime recruiting age right there. 17 to 24 are ineligible to go into the military. Why, Big Ward? Glad you asked again. You asked a lot of questions. That's how you learn, asking questions. Number one is obesity. They're too fat. Number two, substance abuse. That good gas. They won't stop. Boing, boing, boing. High the kite. Or like my grandma used to say, high as Cootie Brown. Or medical issues. Diabetes. At 17 to 24, high blood pressure. You name it. Medical issues, 17, 24. Obesity, they fat as hell. Substance abuse, they junkies. Medical issues, they got the body of a 90-year-old. 17 to 24, ineligible. That's not including the criminal ones that can't go in because of their record. So now, you have 23% of Americans that are still available to go into the military between the ages of 17 and 24. Now, out of those, you got to find somebody that even want to go to the military. They don't even want to go. So therefore, our military is hurting. They can't broadcast that out amongst everybody. And Big War, why you doing it then? Because I only have a few thousand subscribers. This not going to get out amongst the world. That America military is hurting. The numbers are a disaster. And because of political correctness, wokeness, liberalism, the ones that are in the military now, they're not really being trained to be killers anymore. Being trained to go to war, but not to be killers. Make that make sense. So our military, number one, is why America will no longer be an empire by the year 2030. Number two, any society that doesn't have a strong nuclear family cannot survive. Number two, any society that doesn't have a strong nuclear family cannot survive. What is a nuclear family, Big Ward? Y'all on it today with these questions. I'm glad you asked. The nuclear family, man, woman, children. Man, woman, children. The man is the head, the woman is his helpmate, meet, whatever you want to call it, support group, king, queen. Leader number one, leader number two, the subjects, the kids. The father, the mother, pass down to the kids the knowledge that they have learned throughout their life, generation to generation to generation. We don't have that anymore. Single parent is the thing nowadays. Single parent household, mothers, single mothers. They don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. I can do this myself. Therefore, we got a bunch of beta male men running around here voting Democrat. We got a bunch of men running around here wearing David Dukes. No strong family. We got churches where the pastor is married to a man. And that man is called the first gentleman, not the first lady. Hold on, y'all. I'm sweating like a mug in the hot one. The first gentleman. So now we don't have any type of moral compass, any type of standards, anything that's off limits. We don't have any of that anymore. Nothing is off limits. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want to do in America. So now, people, other countries around the world, North Korea and all our enemies are looking at us. They see the videos, they see the TikToks and all that different stuff of American men twerking, American men wearing David Dukes, American men in the pulpit married to another man. They see that. So now they're getting brave. They're getting, okay, once upon a time we couldn't challenge America, but now we can. Now we can. Look at them. Look what they're doing. Look what they're eating. Look at their citizens. Fat, my 600-pound life. TV shows about it. Last but not least, these damn corrupt politicians, Democrat or Republican, which contributing to the division amongst the people. Corrupt politicians contributing to the division amongst the people. Instead of bringing the people together, they divide us and keep us apart in order for them to stay in power and enrich themselves. They care nothing about the survival of America because they don't think. They really don't think we can fall. The arrogance, the pride. Pride comes before the fall. Have you ever heard of that? America is proud right now and arrogant. Nobody's greater than us. Nobody can defeat us. Nobody can beat us. And then voila, next thing you know, somebody will whoop your ass. 2030 is the prediction. Because of the things I just named to y'all. The path we are traveling. We finna get our damn head knocked off. We will no longer be an empire. We'll be a has-been. We'll be in the history books like Rome, Egypt, and other former empires. And people around the world, 30 years from now, say, y'all remember when America was great? Look at them now. They got men wearing Daily Dukes. Get it, got it good. Bye.